Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I've done it. I have reached 5,000 subscribers. Well, when I say I've done it, you've done it. And I want to thank you so much for helping me get there. I didn't ever think I would. And when I set this channel up, I didn't expect to get 100 subscribers, never mind 5,000. And I know it's not a lot. There's a lot of YouTubers out there with way higher subscribers than that, but to me it's massive, and I want to thank you all so much. So as a thank you, I've made a set of brushes for Artrage 6. They are designed for painting in Pointillism, and I painted this picture with them today. I'm going to make these brushes absolutely free as a thank you for 1 month. So if you're watching this video from the time I put it up, you've got 1 month to get there and download the brushes for absolutely nothing. When you get to, they're on Gumtree. When you get to Gumtree, just put a 0 in the price or a 0 in the price, and you'll get them absolutely free. After 1 month, I am going to start charging a small fee for them. So anyway, I'm going to demo the brushes now and show you what's in the pack. So let's get into it. So I've made these new brushes. They're all about painting in Pointillism. This 9 brushes to use, 10 brushes to use for painting, and then I've created 3 other brushes for using over photos, which I'll show you later. But I've got a reference image here, and I'm just going to demonstrate these brushes. So I'm going to begin with the background wash brush, because you don't really want to be working on a white background, and I don't want to be working on one flat tone. I want to sort of pick up the colours. And as you can see, this brush is like the Pointillism brush in as much that it works with more than one colour and then blends them together really nice. So it gives me a way, let's just move that out of the way. I'm going to try and go with quite muted tones with this. I could vary the brush size, but I'm not going to. What I'll do, in actual fact, is pick up some blue. Oops, wants to be a bit lighter than that, and pop that over it into there. So sort of paint round my dark colours that I'm creating. It's just a quick way of getting a lot of colour on. To cover that canvas, and then I can start with the Pointillism effect. There we go. This just really is just a very loose covering over the whole of this surface. I've not left a lot of the highlights, and I'm going to have to go back in with those, I think. There we go. It's just to give me a rough approximation. So that's, I'll just cover this bit down here. That's the initial brush. That's called the background wash brush. I'm going to lock that layer. and I'm going to create a new layer. And now I'm going into, I've got brushes that, if I just turn this layer off a minute, I'll quickly show you what they do. Oh, it won't let me. That's it. Just hide that. Will it? Why is it not? Unlock it. Oh, I'm still selecting lock all. Can I not unlock it? Why won't it unlock? Oh, it is unlocked. That's it. Right. So basically, we've got this is a detail brush, and whatever color I've got selected. Start again. You can see it picks a series of colors that are very close, analogous on the color wheel. That's the detail brush. The fine brush is similar but much finer, and then the large brush, same again. And notice all the dots are a similar size, so I took a lot of time working out the size of these brushes. Now you don't really want to go changing the size if you can help it. I'm working on a canvas of 5,000 by 4,000. Oops, I don't know what I've done there. Press something I shouldn't have done. Yeah, a canvas of 5,000 by 4,000. So that's sort of the size you want to be working on to get this brush size. So that's the colour. And then we've got, once we go past the colour, so we've got large, detail and fine. Then we've got mono. So that would be, I've got to select it first. Let's do the large one first. Just a single colour. Detail. See, you can get in with a little bit more detail. And then the fine one is really for like doing line work. So that's your mono brush. And then we have, I've got a rainbow brush in there. That you might think, why will I need that? Well, if you knock the tones down, you get these lovely, if you work with muted tones, you get these really nice muted colours, which could be useful. And likewise, if you go light, you get these nice light colours. I've only made one rainbow brush. I didn't do the full set. And then we've got a tone large brush. Now, basically what that means is it varies the light and dark. So you can see it's one colour, but we've got some lights and darks in there. And again, we've got the detail and the fine. So that's the kind of brushes to work with. I've got one there that I need to delete actually. Delete that one. So let's clear that. I've just showed you all the brushes. Clear that layer, switch that back on, lock it again, and then I can work on this one. So I'm going to go in with the colour large first of all, and I'm going to work with the sky. Just move it out of the way there. I could select the sky colour actually off of my canvas now. And what's really nice about this is that I haven't seen in any other piece of software is that this pointillism has got texture. So if I zoom in really close, look at that. You can see all that lovely texture as the brushes hit the surface, the brush tips hit the surface, and eventually they start to merge together as they would with real paint. So I've kind of got all the colours on my canvas, and I can just use the Alt key to be picking those up. That's a bit lighter. I come down here. So I'm just working with the large brush at the minute, just getting in sort of all of the main blocking in done. There we go. Because it's a colour, it's mixing colour, it's varying these a little bit, which is great. Look at that. So I'm going to try not to vary the size of the brush too much, because if I do, the dots are going to change. And I don't want that. I want to try and keep the dots all of the same size. Check that out. That's really nice. So I've got the light coming in from the right. There we go. Now I need to go to the detail brush here. I can sort of get underneath that a bit better. And put these distant hills, distant trees in as well. It's a very fast way of painting, I have to say. I like it. Right, I'm going to have to go to the colour wheel now, just to pick up a little bit of this sort of creamy yellow colour. We'll go back to the large brush. So I haven't used any of the monochrome or the tone brushes at all. I notice as well the brushes do act like real paint, so if you brush over another colour it mixes with that colour, so you've got to be a little bit careful. I may just have to just take that out a little bit. A bit over the top with that. Going to be interesting to see what happens now. Is it going to mix okay? Oh yeah. Let's just zoom in to see how that's merging. Got a bit of an hard edge there. Make sure I get it all covered. That's it. Right, let's come in with some darks. And I'm using the detail brush. Notice how those colours mix together. I can pull that colour out. Feels really organic. Don't know if that's how pointillism's supposed to work though. Let's create a new layer. If you want colours to not mix with the colours underneath, just add a new layer and that'll solve that problem. I need to go to the fine brush now. Back to the detail. So just by doing this, instead of using the size of the brush to change the detail and using a different brush, it keeps the dots the same size. There we go. Fine brush. That wants to be brown actually. I don't like that. Too much, too dark. Let's just there we go, that's better. Bit of orange. There. That's adding the detail I want. Back to the water with a large brush. There we go. Back to my detail brush. There we go. Fine brush. Let's have another layer. It's getting a bit sludgy. Yeah, that's looking nice. I like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with the reeds, I'm sure. I just want to pop in a few of these, the detail from that. That branch is there. Maybe, I don't know if this is going to be a mistake. No, I think it's all right. I'm just trying to get a bit of form around these trees. Yeah, that's working okay. Now, large brush, sample this colour, just get some. In fact, I'm going to come back to the base layer again, just to get some colour on there for the reeds. There we go. Then I can lighten it up. Go to the detail brush. Oh, let's have a new layer on that layer. Actually, you know what? We need to be with the fine brush. That's it. I can flick these in. That's working all right. I sound surprised. Flicking them in. Let's go with some darker. Just mixing up. What I like about it is it's sort of, we're getting lots of variety of colour without a lot of effort. It's just doing it all for us. I'll put some darker ones in. Now I can pick up the detail brush. I don't know what's going off there. Just zoom in a little bit. No, it's all right. I was worried it was getting a bit grey and messy. I think that's just need to do a little bit here. Just blend these, soften these off a little bit. That's it. How fast was that to paint? Oh, I can just see something with the water. Let's get it right if I can. I've got my detail brush. Pop a little bit in there. And then the highlights. Fine brush. There we go. Just had a little bit of a sparkle with the bit of yellow. What's that looking like? Wow. There we go. Pointillism. I quite like that, I have to say. Looking at my trees though, I've changed it slightly. I've got this oops. I've got the bottom of these trees a little bit higher. Just bring them down a little bit, but not a lot. Just check I'm not spoiling that. Getting a bit. That's it. Does that look? Just gonna undo that a bit. That's better. There. Finished. Let me get it signed. So these are available on my website. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to get a set and have a go. Anyway, that is it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.